Right, today I'm working on this ZX Spectrum issue 4B 48K board. I haven't tested it. It's still, I think, on RF output. Oh, you can see it. Let's switch to the desk cam. So you can see it's still original antenna output. It's missing one lower RAM chip, and there is a socket in there, so I hope the wiring is done properly. Soldering is not that good, so I might need to redo it. Although I will eventually take the sockets out, because I like to have the chips on the board, matching chips as close as possible. So let's do the standard refurbishment, and first, as always, start with the capacitors, because I don't like to power these boards on with the 40-year-old capacitors on them. So let's start with that. Let's power on the extraction hood and the soldering iron and get some capacitors here. And before opening the box, famous box, I will first get the old ones out. I have to wait for iron to become hot. Let's add some water to the sponge. Let's see if we can make this board work in a short time. I don't have that much time, so I hope I can actually do it quickly. Okay, it's hot. Let's pre-solder the 40-year-old solder reflow, actually, so you can easily get these out. And I always like to do it as nice as possible, so in 40 years, when this board needs another set of capacitors, it still looks as new. Right, let's cut one side of all the capacitors. You get them out easily. I need to get rid of the heatsink here, because it's moving and it's in the way. But I will save it, because I will put it back later on to keep the original look, although we're going to replace the 7805 with a DC-DC converter, as always. This out of the way now. Right, now all the remaining pins. Let's drop these. Sorry guys. First, let's do the toughest one, which is connected to the ground plane, the bottom of the board. You need quite some power in your soldering iron to remove that easily, so I don't think you can use a 10 watt or 15 watt power soldering iron for that. I think you really need a stronger one, like 75 watts or so, 50 watt maybe. Feel like a dentist. I never would be. But wobbling these pins out feels like getting teeth out or something. Sorry. Some people will probably hate me now. Alright. Let's get all the holes and the pads open. I'm curious if this board will work. There's not much going on except for the lower RAM chip, so I hope it's not too much work. Always make sure to remove all the soldering dust and blobs, and I'm using a brush for that, and gravity of course, so like this for one, but I will use a brush as well in a second. Shouldn't be solder on places where it shouldn't be, and main reason for that is that if you leave it and it seems okay for now, then it can move during transport or something, and it can create a short circuit or something else, and the machine might not work anymore. So make sure to clean up nicely. Right. Let's see if we got them all. Yes, I think so. Oh, no, only those 4 are left. Almost. I think that's okay. Let's clean up. As always, I buy the IPA in liters, sometimes 10 or 12 liters at once because I use it a lot. That's one side. Now let's get the top side, which is always the worst, of course. The box of cotton swabs cost 30 cents or something, so I never am careful with those. I use just as many as I need. IPA is not that cheap, but it's okay to use. I see one more hole that I forgot to open, so we'll do it in a second. And it looks as new, except without the capacitors, of course. And while we're at it, let's remove the 7805 and the DC socket. It's corroded. They all are corroded, 40 years old. The power connections are always corroded. Let's watch my fingers. Done that plenty of times. Burning myself on hot solder. You get used to it. It's not the worst. It doesn't want to come out easily, so let's see. There it is. Let's open the last of these pads. It's one. And I forgot one at the bottom, I said, or at the top of the board, which is that one, but I think I can reach it from here. Yep, but that's okay. Let's see, yeah, we need to clean those up as well with some braid wire. Right, so the CPU has been replaced as well, I can see, because the socket has been soldered in, so I need to clean it up as well, but because I don't know what else I need to do, I need to clean those and those, so I will wait with that. Let's grab the refurbished cabinet. Start with the DC-DC converter, if I can get it out. It's too small, this small hole here. A DC socket. Alright, now let's put in the new DC socket here. Right, so those two are new already, which is always nice. I think I will do this by default nowadays, the PC sockets, just to make sure that if you plug in anything it will work fine. Right, so let's see if we forgot something. Yeah, we can do the composite video modification. That's one tiny wire. And it's done. Let's cut the 5 volts to the modulator, we don't need it. Alright, so, shall we test it this way? I don't think so. You will make sure that you will get all kinds of issues, so let's not do that. Especially to save lower RAM chips, because they need quite a stable voltage. Let's see if we can find 4116 chips matching the ones on the board, which can be hard because I'm not sure if I can get that many STCs left in here. I don't see any. Where are all my STCs? So I think I will need a donor board for that. Yep. Let's see if we got one here. I hope I got one socketed, but I have my doubts. Not here. Let's check the other one. I've got more. So maybe the other one. Oh, it's heavy. And maybe I should just get the remaining 6 here out because I like matching chips. But if I don't have that many, maybe I can use that one as donor. But of course, it will be a pity because I will need to get them all out. And in that case, it would be nice to socket the chips. I think it will look better, and it will look as good, but at least we can replace them later if needed. Nothing. It's a pity, man. All right, so we've got no board to do that. Didn't count it, but let's see. Will we do it? Shall I do it now, or shall I just put in another chip and see later on if we can manage to do that? My guts tell me I should just do it. So, as said, I will remove all these chips, use them as donor, and get brand new chips in for this board. I think I will put on the solder station, but I'm not sure if it's working properly right now because it was clogging up last time, so we'll see. So this will cost me like 15 minutes or so, just because I don't have the same chips anymore. And I really need the original chips to have some backups, some spares. So we'll use these ones. Maybe I have a couple of boards that I don't work on anymore in the barn, but get the chips out, but let's just use these. Let's see how long it will take. I have no idea. It will take some time. Alright. Of course, I could have tested the board first, but it's easier to do now because the capacitors are not on the way. So I think it's good to just remove the chips at this point. It's already going hard with Japanese solder sucker, so I'm not going to use the machine, I will just do it by hand. Just a lot of chips. Really a lot of chips. I don't like that, but let's get it done. think I need to do a good clean of the sucker because it's getting a bit tough, but let's see if we can finish this board. Alright, almost done. Ouch. Just burned myself. If you look at the amount of solder that's coming out, you can imagine how long it takes. That's a lot. I might have just grabbed one other chip from another board and used that as a donor board. So I just did it this way, but it's not that efficient, you can see. But we'll get there. I don't think this is the wisest solution for this. Anyway, mistakes can happen. Okay, most is out. Couple of stuck holes, but it's easily finished. We have more. Yeah, just a couple, not that bad. It's quite good. Almost all holes are open, so it's a good result. Okay, yeah, so let's see if they can wobble out. That's one. That's two. And number three. Almost. 4. This one gets out with the socket in one piece. That's number 5. Another socket. That one fell out. Number 6, and one more, and then we're done. We can solder in the new sockets or the chips directly, but I think it's good to put in sockets. Why not? Because only one chip in a socket I don't like to see, but if it's the whole row, then it's not a problem. And the last one. So let's clean up. Get some new sockets. Get the dirt off the desk here because it's a lot. It would be a shame to drop that. All right. Let's get everything out of the way. Doesn't belong there. I think it's perfect. And clean up the bottom as well. Let's see, do I need... Yeah, I think so. Let's start with IPA and then use some solder wick. Alright, that's a little better. And I don't think I will clean it up any further because I need to remove the flex with IPA anyway, so let's just grab the sockets. my experience tells me that I need to do these one by one because otherwise they will fall out. There are some ways doing it by the 8, but let's just do it this way for now. Or should I just show you how I do the complete row at once? Let me show you. It's the same way as I solder in the sockets on Harlequin boards. So just put in all the sockets. Then I need to grab some foam. I think I saw it here. Let me check. Where did I leave my foam? So I can't find my usual stack of foam, but I just grabbed another one. Oh, why is it out of focus? Why is it out of focus? There is absolutely no reason for it being out of focus. Let me put it back in out of manual focus. And I moved these boxes, sorry. Let's move them back. Because these are all ready orders to ship. Oh, I hated Logitech software. Sorry, guys. Alright, so we're back and sharp. Alright, so this is the way I usually make sure to solder in a complete row of sockets at once. It works just fine. It's a bit of a hassle, but it works. Not a big deal. There are plenty of other ways, but some used some sticky gum. I do it this way. So they're all in. And I think I will not use clean it up now. I think I will put in the capacitors first, because we need to clean up those as well. So why not? I love drag soldering. It speeds up the process a lot. So it's not all only useful for soldering S&D parts, but also for throughput parts. All right. Looks very dirty now, but it's because of all the flux. We'll clean up later. It's not nice. Well, all the sockets are in, and that's the thing we wanted. So let's get to the capacitors. These are for some other board in the future. I will put them somewhere for now. Yeah. Let's get this one open with all the capacitors and the capacitors maps. As always, you can find them on ByteDelight.com. Just Google for capacitor maps ZX Spectrum and you will get there. They're free. You can download them for free. And you can also check out zxspectrum.shop once it's back up, because it's there are no parts in stock anywhere at the moment because of finishing the backlog. But it will be in about a week, maybe earlier than that. We'll see. Fresh Fizz-A capacitors. Then those are the ones we like, we love. Of course, if they're I think I've found a brand that has actually the clear blue capacitors that look more like the original ones, but these are the top grade ones, so everyone uses these. But You can use other brands as well if you want. These are very expensive. These are average on almost €1 each, so they're not cheap anymore. So let's get a 1 microfarad for the reset. And this is an issue 4B, so we have to check the other two values underneath. Issue 4B is also 1 microfarad, this one here, aimed to top. Now I'm doubting. Oh, of course, I forgot one other hole, see? It's done. Alright. So, let's put in this one. Then the one underneath is 22 microfarads aimed to the left. Should be a plus there, and there is. So the capacitor maps are proven that the values are correct and the orientations are correct. And even there is a fault on the issue 2 board, so make sure to follow the capacitor maps for that. Oh, I'm forgetting 2 ones here. 1 microfarad and a 1 4.7. Right. So many boards and other stuff to repair still, so I'm going to upload lots more videos throughout the next days and weeks. I think it's all in. Everything is soldered. So we're almost about to test the board. Let's cut these legs, some cleanup. Right. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. I think we're about to test. Of course, we need to put in the lower RAM chips, but we'll do that in a second. Let's do some final cleanup at the top. Right. So looks quite nice. Oh, I forgot one point to solder here. Let's do it right now. Right, so that's great. Okay. That looks just awesome. Let's get to the back of the board and use some more IPA with some towel. Gets so brown, all the flux remainings. Just good to get off. Looks a lot better, looks like factory. Although you can clearly see that there are sockets in, of course, but just a bit more. It's not quite clean. I see one solder bridge, two solder bridges, so I need to remove those. Now let's do the Z80 socket that has been put in by someone, and the DC socket, DC input socket connector, and then we're done with cleaning up. Sometimes the old flux remainders are really hard to clean off. Don't know exactly why. You can see there's still a lot on the board. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let's show you. You can see there's a lot of brown there. I hope I can clean it. It's not easy. Not sure why. Most of the time it's easy, but sometimes maybe the quality of the solder wire with the low quality flux or so has been used. I don't know. I will clean my hands later, if you're wondering. Right, so most is off, so it should be okay. It's not entirely done, but sometimes I use a scrape off a bit with plastic tools. See if we can get off more, but it's really hard, this layer of flux remainders. I think I will leave it at this. We're all waiting to test this board, of course. So I need to do a couple of more things before testing. Just some simple things. All right. So most is done. It's looking a lot better, so that's already quite good. I saw some bridges here, so we want to get rid of those. This is one. Here's another one. That shouldn't be there, so it's gone. Alright, let's see if this is all. Let's use a small magnifying glass. I don't see any more bridges, so that's a good thing. The last thing I want to do when it comes to soldering is just checking all the soldering connections at the bottom of the board to make them look nice and make sure that there's nothing wrong with them. It's actually looking quite good. So I think we're done with soldering before doing the first test. Fingers crossed. And of course we need RAM chips. We cannot do without. So let's grab a new set of chips. You can buy these on ZXspectrum.shop once the shop is up again. Not sure which brand these are. To check. I think Mustangs. Yeah, Mustangs. Okay. So, let's hope it will work. You never know. With 40-year-old boards, there's a lot of things that can be going on. Oh, I don't know why that happened. Sorry guys. That doesn't happen that often, but just bent 3 pins on this chip, so let's bend them back. Let's try that again. Now we're going to switch to the test view and see what the board does. Right, so I've got my relatively new setup here so you can see what I'm seeing. So I've got a small monitor on my right, and I got a HDMI capture device with a composite video to HDMI converter, which has been modified a bit to make most ZX Spectrum boards work on it. So let's see if it works this time. I got a picture here, and I do get a picture there. Yeah, so the board is working, which is great. Let's grab a dia card. That's nice in the first attempt. What do you think, guys? Tell me in the replies in the underneath the video. I forgot to clean the edge connector, so let's do that. Another board revived. And I do way more boards than I make videos, so just that I didn't have the good setup to do it easily, and now I have. So I streamlined everything that I can to make easy videos, record easy videos. And best thing would be to make videos which I don't need to edit. And I think this one can be one of those. I hope so. It's not really clean, so I think I will use the glass fiber pen. Always be careful with these, because the small glass fibers, if those get stuck in your hand, it can irritate your fingers, and so I want to have good clean pads. This looks a lot better. It's shiny. Can you see it shiny? It's getting shiny. It's a lot better. It will work fine now. It was only the top of the board that was more dirty, so it has received some dust over time. But it is still a fine ZX Spectrum to use. Alright, so let's put a die card on and see if everything is working, like the M1 line of the CPU, which can easily be swapped, fortunately. The sound maybe, see if all RAM works, if the ROM is okay, but we've already powered it on and it looked perfectly working, so let's see. Sound is working, that's good. I will grab a keyboard. It says diagnostic hardware not found, so that's indeed a CPU issue. So let's grab another one. So the M1 line is most probably not working, which is a pity, but ZD CPUs are not expensive. Oh, the socket is a bit dirty, but because of the IPA, it shouldn't be that of a big of a problem. But let's see. Test again. Second attempt. I love these boards working still after 40 years. It's great. Even with replacing all the lower RAM. Okay, detects the hardware just perfectly now, so that's fixed. We'll put a small note on it, M1, and it will go on a stack of not working chips. And maybe it's cool to show you how many chips I have that are not working. It's really a lot. So, oh man, here's a box full of chips that I saved over the years. So I have a box full of unsorted chips, so Z80s and RAM chips and more. There are some PCBs even that are not straight, and I've got loads of these mats filled with chips like Z80s and fake AY chips and more. Oh, to the way. So I got loads of these. So it's a really big box full of them, and I will save them because I'm not sure what I will do with them, but maybe I will put them on the wall, something if I have plenty of time and place. I'm not sure at this moment, but we'll see. Okay, the die card has finished. Everything is working just perfectly. Let's keep it that way, not drop things on the board. So I think that's a good result. Let's test the keyboard. Oh, the only thing is the audio is not present. Let's put in the audio. Let's see. Yeah, it works. Nice. You can hear the key clicks. Isn't that great? It's a bit loud maybe because I can see the voltage bar, the volume bar getting quite high. Right. Right. It's all working. Let's put in some text. Oh. Right, I'm happy. So I think that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please leave a message if you want to, and if you like this video, then subscribe to the channel, and please leave a like if you like the video. So that's all for now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!